Hi, everybody. Welcome to Am I the Asshole podcast. I'm Danny Vega. My co-host is not here. She gave me permission to do this. I got a couple goofballs here in the studio, which is my living room. Guys, welcome to the program. Ronnie Fleming.
Hello.
Ronnie, what are you? A comedian, dog walker? What do you identify as?
Those work. You know, I'll be whatever you want me to be.
We've got also my brother in the studio, Mr. Andy Vega, who actually...
listener, first time on the pod.
Well, it's great to have you. Andy, actually, his recent claim to fame, he was in a solo improv, okay, with 150 people in the audience, just you doing improv.
Yeah, it was a crime.
It was a crime?
Yeah, I feel bad about it.
Is that illegal?
It's definitely illegal.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's
against the law.
so arrogant.
Yeah, it was just
indulgent.
it sounds like stand-up.
It wasn't stand-up. I was talking to myself as if I was doing improv with other people. It's pretty messed up.
Right. Well, we'll leave that to the listeners.
Yeah.
AITA on that, doing improv alone. And then we have my good friend Lucas Conley.
Hey,
He gets no credits.
I'm the most famous person on the show.
Lucas is a great stand-up, does it all over the city, and he works at an axe-throwing place, which we'll cover a bit later. But first, let's talk about Ronnie. You got this Thanksgiving story that I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
This was last year?
This was last year. I had a little lady come over.
I hate that.
Little lady.
Little lady.
Weird start.
She was so
Creepy.
small.
she was a very little.
Ronnie, won't you pick me up?
Yeah, she's a little lady compared to me, Ronnie.
I am 6'1". So,
That's huge.
Wow,
Basketball.
ladies.
Basketball. Ronnie.
so she came over
Yeah.
to my place. She and I have been seeing each other for a little while. And, we got some Boston Market because I don't know how to cook.
Are you going to talk about your living situation? I think that's kind of part of it, right?
Oh, well, I work and live at a doggy daycare center.
Right.
And,
So she was gonna come over to the doggy daycare center. That's what you're saying?
yeah.
Okay.
Like
This wasn't a surprise. She knew that I lived there.
She'd been to the doggy daycare center before.
No, she did not.
Oh, and this is not good, right? So she's coming into the Thunderdome.
She's coming into the Thunderdome at the peak.
Wow.
Thanksgiving is a dangerous time.
Because everyone leaves the city, and so then they need someone like you to take care of the doggy.
Not someone specifically like me, but I'm the only one there to do it.
Yeah. So
You'd
yeah.
probably prefer it not to be
Kind
you.
of does seem like you. I don't understand what distinction you're making.
I just thought the way you phrased it was, suspect.
Okay. Anyway, you get Boston Mark with the chick.
Yeah, so we got Boston Market, and this is, it's Thanksgiving Day traffic, especially to Boston Market, happened to be it was crazy.
You had to leave the city to go to Boston Market.
Pretty much.
How far?
It was 50 minutes each way.
But was this kind of a nostalgia thing?
For terrible,
yeah, you can
terrible
get
food.
better food in New York, but were you just like, it's like Boston Market. It's like you have a childhood affinity.
It was her idea. I don't know what
okay.
it was
You're
about
going
it,
with
but
her.
she was like, the only way I'm going to have Thanksgiving with you is if we have Boston Market.
What?
That is such a weird flex.
Yeah.
You might fuck me if you spend $11 on a full chicken.
Yeah.
That's my offer today.
Well, we split it. So
Oh my God. Ronnie, pick up the turkey. Pick up the turkey.
we're driving back home, and at this point, we're both kind of hangry. We're not really getting along very well.
How so?
How so? I don't think she's ever been in a car with me. She didn't really like my music. It was just sort of like,
What were you
really
listening to?
I don't know, probably like Tom Petty or something.
Please, with the Tom Petty,
so
Ronnie.
sad,
Put
dude.
on something else.
Yeah.
What?
The Bee Gees.
He's like, have you heard this old Paul McCartney song?
Yeah.
Paul McCartney's interesting.
Why wouldn't you put on like Slayer or whatever something sick?
You sound terrible with music as well.
At least
Throw it.
At least
Put
you
on
have a
the
personality
shins. Put
type.
on the shins. Come on.
So that was the first red flag. So
Shins are also bad.
So we get back to my place, and we got the whole spread out of all the food,
Oh.
and it's like things are looking up.
All the Boston Market,
The whole
mashed
Boston Market. I mean, it's-
cornbread. Who doesn't like the cornbread at
Good.
Boston Market?
Good mac and cheese. Good. You got the mac
Yep.
and cheese.
we got everything.
All right.
We had the works.
That's great.
Okay.
I'm actually kind of excited for it.
Yeah, so we have it all spread out. We got our meals set, and then I take all the dogs out, which are 13 dogs. It's quite a
my
few.
God.
You're not exaggerating. There are actually 13 dogs.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's so many dogs.
Yeah, so
How many square feet is this area?
the doggy daycare center?
Yeah.
It's like 3 floors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all over the place, but it gets very noisy. And then when one floor of dogs barks and the dogs upstairs bark,
That is terrifying.
dude, it becomes a thing where I'm like at night, I'm like, I need to use the bathroom, but is it worth it? You know?
Oh,
Is there a human floor, or do you just live amongst the dogs?
There's a human floor at this house.
It's more like a human crawl space.
Okay.
You know?
I
It's-
never identified as living on a human floor, but I
that's
do.
nice,
I
right?
do. I'm proud of myself.
It's a human floor privilege. You don't know who you
Yeah.
got.
No, I don't know.
So we got it all set up, and there's only actually one dog on the human floor that I live in. And this is a dog named Woody, and Woody is like 16 years old.
No.
Why is Woody there? Why is he not with the other dogs?
Because he's so old. It's like the geriatric unit. Like I got to be around him in case, he's got to go in the middle of the night a lot of times.
DICU, if I may.
Yeah.
Dog ICU.
Nice.
Everybody, do we get that? Okay.
Yeah.
Intense care. Okay, so sorry, I never really put those letters together. So I got them all out, and Woody had just all he did was pee during this
Okay.
walk, and it's an important part of the story. So we set everything up for we got the meal set, and we're finally ready to relax and watch Home Alone.
Is she excited about where you live?
No, she's not excited about me. Period. But
Yeah.
Well, and that's because she just hated Tom Petty.
I think it had to do with Tom Petty. Yeah.
So I don't understand her vibe beforehand because it's like she must be somewhat on board for you and then just lost steam. Like with each, she's like, oh, you drive a shitty car. Oh, you live on a dog floor. Oh, is that what's happening here?
We had a pretty good sex connection.
Oh, but you had sex prior.
Plenty of, it was good.
Plenty of times.
Plenty of times. But this was sort of like near
Oh.
the end of it where it's sort of like, okay, shit or good off the pot. It felt like to me anyway.
Oh, so this is either go to relationship town or not.
Pretty
And then
much,
you
yeah.
went to Thanksgiving dinner, and then you were like, "This is friends. We're doing a friendsgiving, right?" And she's like, well, "Okay, you didn't have to say that, like that kind of thing."
Something like that. I don't know. I thought this might be like a relationship. I was kind of like, this is going to be a relationship. That's what I thought.
You're like, let me bring out the Tom Petty. Not free falling, too obvious.
Yeah.
You really wanted to show her who you truly were, and then you
Yeah.
did, and she didn't want to.
So you're in the house, and then Woody, he only peed, and
Yeah.
he's 16, which I did the math, by the way. That's 112, right? Because it's times 7.
Yes.
Now, do you agree with the times 7 rule as a
Depend-
dog guy?
Depending on the breed. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are other dogs more like a times 9?
Yes.
Really? What dog has the highest?
The bigger they are, the older they are.
The bigger they are, the older they are. That's a very confusing rule. I don't understand.
I get
So
it.
if I
kinda
see a
get it.
horse, like, oh, you're a very old dog, aren't you?
Exactly. Andre the Giant. He died early.
And so he was very, very old. 'Cause
Exactly.
he was tremendous. No, so you're saying if they're like a fucking German Shepherd,
Yeah.
they got like 10 years on them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is an old dog, right? And
Does he have a breed?
Whoa, things have changed.
I couldn't say the breed for a second. I was like, what the fuck kind of breed? He was an older dog. Okay. He's
Okay.
16 and he's a shepherd or lab or something. So he's a lab. So we're watching Home Alone, right? And we're about to eat the food. We're actually eating it. And it's like nice. It's really nice. And then
It's everything's going.
she goes, "Oh my God." And I didn't notice it at first, but she had noticed that over in the little further away from where the TV is, Woody has started to projectile diarrhea everywhere.
Oh God. Like when you say projectile, how far from his like
Well, it's like
body is the feces?
it's like like when like stuff is coming out of like a sewage drain and it kind of goes
Oh, kind of like a shotgun blast?
kind of like that. Yeah.
Interesting. I was picturing more like a stream, but it's more like a blast.
Like a blast that just sort of like it's like a depressing blast.
Okay.
Depressing blast. That's what I call me being with my girlfriend.
That's great, Lucas. Why don't we let the story continue?
So it became this thing
Please
of like
cut that.
hide the food, like cover the food because it smelled really bad and all for Thanksgiving that we worked so hard to get. We had to get it out, and then Woody's like looking, and he's confused, and there's all this noise going on, so he's like walking on the shit and like waddling it around everywhere. And the whole time I'm like, this is my new girlfriend. I'm like laughing and trying to like joking about it. And she's disgusted. And she's like, oh no. There's like no coming back. It's like I'm bombing and I'm trying to keep up the ball. But it's a medicine ball and it just there's nothing. There's no give, you know? And man, that was a rough Thanksgiving.
Wow. So you tried to keep things fun, but she was obviously out at that point.
Yeah. I mean, she didn't want to seem like an asshole, so we still hung out and stuff. But it was, I think that was sort of the turning point in our relationship.
And she just realized who you truly were.
Pretty much.
It kept on being like more and more like reveals of like the onion that you had kept away from her. Like I live with 3 floors of dogs.
Sure.
And some of them are dying in front of us. If they're not, they are diarrheaing.
No, we already heard the story. You don't need to retell it. So you never saw her again. That was the final date.
I mean, I've seen her again.
Oh.
I saw her again like a year later. She came back in town. Yeah.
Oh, she wanted to hook up again.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of mind blowing. You never told me that before.
Well, it's not part of it. It's not a fun. Yeah, but
that's kind of fun.
It's fun.
I think she was like, hey, maybe something crazy will happen,
Oh, you're still a loser? Sorry, I'm not moving back.
All right. Well, you guys were telling me. So I had my birthday party a while ago, and I just thought this was a discussion that was worth discussing. We're all guys here, and someone at the party, Dan Rosen, who we've had on the show before, said that, quote, a man doesn't give another man a gift. I don't know what's that all about. Is that true? I don't think that's true.
I believe there's definitely man gifts. So like, if I give you like a truly thoughtful gift, I think you might be weirded out by that.
You mean like you give me a long note or something? Yeah,
or something like where I like really listened to you and then I like thought about it and then I put it in my calendar. I'm like, oh, he always said he wanted this. And then I get you that. Like, I think you'd be weirded out if I gave you that kind of gift.
Interesting. Yeah, I think I would be a little weirded out.
Yeah, like that kind of like thoughtful gift. But if I just brought you a whiskey, you'd be like, okay, that's cool.
Right. So it's the thoughtfulness that's alarming. But I mean, I think that would be odd either way, right? Like if I had a female friend and, she said something once, like, oh, I've always wanted a pony. And then I got her a pony, after she never brought it up after. That would be weird as well.
Well, I think just the amount of money at a pony is...
Yeah. Well, it was a cheap pony. It was on sale at over at Payless. They got a pony that they were using
at the shoe store.
Yeah, at the shoe store. Well, he works in the back.
Yeah.
You should only get man gifts like the man grate.
I'm sorry?
The man grate.
Well, what the fuck is that?
I don't know. I heard it on a podcast once.
Well, thanks. Now, a lot of people heard it on a podcast, and we don't know shit about it.
I think it's a grill.
Thanks, Ronnie. That's so great to know that you heard of it and have a guess at what it is. What wonderful guests we have here today. Let's start the show because, good Lord, you people are not handling the unstructured part. We got a great show for you guys today. Our second situation of the day, AITA for taking care of my dad financially against my wife's wishes. But first, AITA for being annoyed by my parents' choice of restaurant to celebrate my graduation. I know it sounds petty, and that's kind of why I think I'm the asshole. Some background. Last summer, I started working at an expensive and fancy restaurant after finishing my undergrad. I kept working there throughout my master's. Now, I've moved back in with my parents, and I'm regretfully still working at the restaurant while job hunting. Now, I'm graduating from my master's very shortly. I'm only going to the graduation ceremony because my folks wanted me to, but I'm paying for it out of my own pocket, traveling under my own steam, renting robes and whatnot. It's free for them to attend. Not to mention I've worked, saved, / taken out loans for all my university costs. My family have not paid a penny towards my uni, and I didn't want them to have to. So my parents said they want to book and take me out for dinner along with my bro and his partner to celebrate. And as it's, quote, my day, quote, I get to choose where. Only catch being instead of eating in the same city as the ceremony, we'll go out locally so my brother can attend after he finishes work. Over the last couple of months, I've stated several times that I've never eaten at the restaurant I work at, and I'd really like to try it. It's an expensive place, but I actually get a discount, which takes the price down to a not crazy, unreasonable one. 30 pounds a head for a 6-course tasting menu, or about 14 pounds for the a la carte. What's a fucking pound? I think it's a little bit more than $1, right? Or is it twice $1?
I think it's like 1.7.
Google it, because I don't trust you at all. I'm also friends with the other staff, so I'm pretty sure I'd also get a bit of a subsidy on drinks, which aren't covered by my discount. My dad was impressed with that and said we should go before I quit, and therefore graduation was a good reason. Last week at dinner at my brother's house with him and his partner, my parents asked what we all fancied for my grad meal. I was a bit surprised, as I assumed that we had an agreement, but my parents floated the idea of a different restaurant, and my brother was completely on board with it. They'd picked out an Indian restaurant, I'm not a huge fan of Indian food, that they've been to before and slated as being a bit crap. Their logic is that it's been refurbished and might be good now, and we should try it out. What's a pound? Did you look it up?
1.29 actually. Now it's lowered because of Brexit.
So it's Brexit, you fool. So it's about 30 times 1 point. What'd you say? 1.3?
1.29.
Yeah, so it's about 30% higher. So 30 pounds ahead is what? For about 40?
$45.
45? No, that would be 50% more. It's like whatever, 35. Fuck it, who cares?
No, it's 45 is how many dollars it would be.
No, that's 40 is correct. Then they turned to me with the, so this is the parents turning back to OP. Then they turned to me with it's your day spiel. And I was honest and said that it was a budget thing, that I'm okay going to a different restaurant than my workplace, but not the one that they'd chosen because it's not my cup of tea, talking about the Indian refurbished place. So yesterday, when my mom told me that they'd booked the Indian restaurant, I was really annoyed. I just sort of bit my tongue, but I was clearly underimpressed. And admittedly, I got a bit surly when my mother asked what we do to spend the time in the city after the ceremony. I figured that my parents are paying. It's more their day than mine. It's not like I can't eat there. I just don't know if I'm an asshole for kind of expecting them to take me to somewhere that felt a little more quote unquote special, since they made such a big deal about this whole day. AITA.
Oof. There's so much happening. For one, the owner of the restaurant is the real asshole. Because they didn't let you ever eat there?
Well, yeah. Well, does he mean that he's never eaten any of the food there, or that he's never like sat down and had a meal there?
Like, it reads like he's never had any of the food there ever.
I mean, I was actually just at Tavern on the Green, and I actually felt like a real asshole. I went up to the coat lady, and I was just like, because we had like 10. I was waiting for my girlfriend to get there, and I was like, "So, what's good here?" And she was like, or I was like, "Oh, or the whatever, is the lasagna good?" And she's like, "Oh, I've never had it." And I was like, "Oh, well, is the artichoke good?" And she's like, "I've actually never eaten any of the food here." Does that make me an asshole?
No, it just makes it
because it's an expensive restaurant.
Yeah, it makes them assholes.
Because they should let you try the food during the onboarding, right?
Yeah, normally it's called staff meals.
Yeah, family meal.
Yeah.
Isn't there something weird too about the fact that this guy wants to eat at the restaurant he works at? That's a little odd.
Yes. So there's so many things going on that are confusing in like his story, which kind of make him a little bit of an asshole. Where it's like, what? No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to see all your coworkers. That doesn't sound fun for my family.
Exactly. I could almost see his parents thinking that that's why they wouldn't want to go. They're like, well, he doesn't really want to be with his coworkers. He's not. I don't know.
He just wants to go to a nice restaurant, and he thought they were going to give us a price discount.
Yeah.
But instead, we're going to go to this Indian place that is already going to be cheap. And
it seemed like it was going that way, where my parents chose to go to the restaurant I work at. I don't want to go there, but it totally went the other way. Also, who doesn't like Indian food?
Oh, yeah.
YTA just for that.
I love Indian food. Vindaloo and perineum and whatever all their food's called. I love it. I don't know what it's called.
He's also lives with his parents, which is like, he did the whole thing about, spending all that money on the university and all these things and paying on his own steam, which is, I guess, is a British expression. But I don't know, like, it's just sort of seemed, he's also like living rent free.
So it's his day. I mean, look, I think he has a case here. I just think it's a weird case.
I think he has a case too.
Look, I think it's a no-brainer that if you're celebrating someone's graduation, their big day, whatever it is, their bar mitzvah, their bat mitzvah, the day they came out of the closet, or they bought a new bat, maybe, celebrate them.
It's hard to be like really mad at his parents when they're doing a lot of nice things for him. And sometimes they're just, it's like, it kind of sounds like he might have some communication problems.
Yeah.
He says he like bites his tongue and he, like there's a lot of things that are going on where you're like, okay, just communicate better then.
And we talked about this on the pod before, Lucas, but isn't this internalized unassertiveness? It's just like, just say what you want then.
Yes.
He was being wishy-washy.
Yes. And then you're mad because they're like, they took me to Indian. I'm like, just tell them you don't want to go to Indian.
Exactly. Just jump in their face.
Yeah, just suggest a new restaurant. There's not really a problem.
Not even suggest it. Just deny their choice and then give them 2 more options.
Right.
I also like this part that his dad was impressed by that discount that he got. That's pretty fun.
What's up with that? That's a weird.
For the liquor subsidy.
Son, I just want you to know, I know you're just got an academic achievement achieved by a few in our society, but tell me more about these coworkers who want to quote unquote hook you the fuck up.
I didn't know
that's
you had connections, boy.
Whoa.
It's pretty good.
Also, it's weird. He's like, my parents asked me what we should do here. Like he's annoyed by like his parents. His parents obviously don't live there. They just want to know what to do there. Stop being a little whiny bitch.
Nate S. says, NTA, it sounds like the parents don't actually listen to or care about your feelings on the matter. Wait, are you sure we aren't siblings? Oh, good God. I guess his parents
Nate's
don't
fun.
care. I mean, look, I feel like the parents kind of botched it, but like just from all this overly detailed, overly explaining, and like it's not crystal clear to me that he was like, this is restaurant me want to go to. Like this is a simple message. I don't feel like he was crystal clear about expressing it to the parents.
Right. All you had to do is go, I've never eaten at my restaurant. I'm going to make us a reservation.
Right.
You said you're paying for it. That's fantastic. Or tell me if this is out of our price range. If that is the case, then we will change locations and I'll choose a cheaper place.
I didn't feel like it was ultimately about the money.
I don't know. It keeps on mentioning money, so I assume it is.
That's true. Maybe if the money is like close, it's like
Indian is more than that. It's going to be way less than that. Unless it's like that one Michelin star place in the city.
Yeah, Indian's pretty affordable.
And his dad was impressed by the subsidy, so maybe dad is a little, I don't know.
A little tight.
Yes.
That's a good synonym for poor. I'm a little tight on cash.
Yes.
No, you're fucking poor. There's nothing tight about you.
But you are tight.
I'm tight. IVE says, NTA, they asked you what you wanted and then completely ignored what you wanted. Why the hell did they even bother asking? At this point, they are doing it for themselves. That's kind of a good point. They did kind of ask, didn't they?
Yeah, but then he gave them something that was so out of their price range, probably. And they were like, yeah, we're coming to you.
Yeah, I mean, he has definitely painted a picture where money is a thing, right? Because if your parents are like, you will not take money from us, you must get low. Like, clearly they don't have it.
Yes.
That's it. That's part of your situation. Jacob G says, NTA and skip dinner with your fam, as it very obviously isn't for you. Maybe they'd catch the hint. Okay, I mean, that's why start a war?
For nothing.
For nothing.
Yeah, because you got your feelings hurt because they can't afford to go out to the restaurant you work at.
I kind of feel like this thing, we've covered other ones like this with gifts. It's like, look, don't be mad at someone because they didn't give you the exact gift. Like, if they're trying, give them some credit for trying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lindsay R says, I agree with the NTA comments so far. What I don't agree with is the Reddit mods removing this because it's a clear NTA. I don't think it's as clear and egregious as some of the other BS they leave up. Reddit is the asshole. I don't know why Reddit would remove this. Maybe
it got removed?
Yeah, it got removed. So I don't understand what the problem is.
Reddit's
I mean, but Reddit is so crazy. There's probably someone who respond to this like, listen, if you have a dinner preference, I will fucking kill you. Like there's always some crazy guy.
Then it's just Pepe Frog.
Yeah, some Pepe the Frog. Don't politicize the pod.
Sorry.
Lucas, we love everyone equally here, unless you support Trump. Amy P says, NTA, you've worked hard and your achievement should be rewarded your way.
Get over it.
I think there's no assholes here.
Yeah.
Get over it.
I don't think it's NTA. I think there's no.
Ronnie's like, no verdict. Get over it.
No.
Get over it, all right?
Yeah,
That's my verdict.
I don't think you understand what this podcast is or the theme.
He has listened to the podcast. That's the incredible thing. That's our new verdict. Get over it. G-O-I. G-O-I.
Goy.
Goy. Yeah, there we go.
No, I think they're all the asshole.
All the asshole.
Not no asshole here.
AITA for
They're all
being annoyed
dicks.
by my parents' choice of restaurant to celebrate my graduation. You say everyone's the asshole?
He's annoying. They're annoying.
He's
they're all
pretty annoying.
You're all annoying.
He's so annoying.
He's so
that was
annoying.
the longest post
So
ever to
long,
be like,
so
we're not
long.
going to the
Exactly.
right restaurant.
Right. And then his parents are like,
No.
I'm not going to listen to you because you're always annoying like this.
Yeah, they just shoot him out. They just shoot him out.
Plus, his grammar's not very good, and he just got his master's. I don't know.
What's your problem with his grammar? Like what?
He's got a strange his comedy use is a
He definitely-
suspect.
I'm pretty
Really?
sure I'd
Look at that
also
first
get,
sentence.
you're like, uh-oh. That's a lot.
And
It's a
fancy,
lot.
comma, restaurant? Come on.
Ugh, God, needs to go back to school. So I think we all agree, AITA for being annoyed by my parents' choice of restaurant to celebrate my graduation. We're all saying everyone sucks here. Everyone's the asshole. All right, we're going to play a little game here. So Lucas works at like an axe throwing. What is it? It's an axe throwing bar.
We call
Why are you so
gym.
bad?
Well, it's confusing what
It's
it
a
is.
gym. It's a gym.
But
Is
it's
it-
not.
it's a
But Lucas,
gym?
it's not a gym,
It's
right?
a gym with pizza.
No,
Oh,
Lucas.
okay.
It's a place that people go to.
All right. So is a CrossFit gym?
Yes.
it-
What?
CrossFit is a gym, yes.
So is an axe throwing place.
Lucas, quit trying to dress it up, bro.
Nobody,
What is it?
nobody goes to CrossFit once a year for their birthday.
There we go. Ronnie's on it. There
Nice.
we go.
Oh my God.
It's like a place people go to fuck around and they get to throw an axe.
But some people take it real serious and they go to it's on ESPN.
Oh, people regularly go. You have
Oh
regulars.
yeah. We have league every Tuesdays and Thursdays.
So it's like a pool.
Yeah.
It's closer to like a billiards place than it is
Sure.
a gym.
Yes, I would
Or like
agree
a
with
rock
that.
climbing gym.
Yes.
Sure. I kind of feel you on the gym thing. All right, so we're gonna just try this. Obviously, the three of us aren't familiar with the axe throwing place, but we're gonna do a little round of assholes at the axe throwing place. Lucas, please lead us off.
All right, so the worst person is the person that's like, I'm so scared that this is gonna hurt me, and then they just like throw it completely wrong.
Oh, boy.
So their fear makes them worse.
Yeah, but they also are just like, this is gonna be so scary. Look, this is why it's scary. You're like, yeah, don't throw it like that.
What about the assholes like, there's no sign that says you can't drink in here?
Oh, there
right?
actually is.
Well, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I
they're
didn't
like-
see it, so it doesn't exist. I
Poorly
can't see.
located.
They're like,
Yeah.
so I can bring my own beer if you don't see it, right? You're like, yeah, you can do whatever you want.
What
That's
about
all.
what about the guy with
Sneaking
like
in booze?
the billiards thing? Is there some guy's like, yeah, I brought my own hatchet.
People do.
Really?
Are you
co-
shitting
They
me?
come
course they
in. I would say they're the biggest assholes
I
because they
hate
come
them.
in and they have their backpack and you're like, okay, whatever, just a regular guy with a backpack, and then
Yeah.
he unloads just one weapon after another, and you're like,
Oh my
oh,
God.
you're on the subway.
Oh, he has like ninja stars. And
Oh, he has
shit?
all kinds of
You
different.
can
Oh,
throw
shit.
ninja stars
You
there.
can throw whatever you want.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Like
Okay.
a baby. Can you throw a baby?
I was thinking of a human too.
There's no rules,
hey, this
officer.
baby's crying.
This is like a Velcro thing that then to stick to and
Yes.
Velcro wall.
Okay, wait. So the guy, the baby, just stuck on the wall. So the baby, the axe. People who bring their own axe, they throw the axe, and then do they go walk and go get it and take it off and then throw it again?
Yeah.
That's so annoying.
Well, you want it to come back to you?
I don't know. Get a fight.
I thought hatchets were boomerangs.
Yeah.
Ah.
Was there an app that'll make this axe
Yeah.
come back to me?
Like
don't
a
know, build a
bowling alley
machine.
situation where it rolls back.
Oh, like what about
Oh my God.
Scorpion from Mortal Kombat? You're like, get over here.
Or what about just a person and then you hit them with the axe and then they walk back to you with the axe still lodged in them?
You don't
Anyway.
think that's already probably a thought that this company's done? I bet you it is.
Right, people getting hit.
Like, you're like, oh, I'm a snowman, and everyone throws axes at this
Dude.
movie.
The Michelin man.
What about here's another asshole. The guy who's like trying to hit on chicks and he's holding an
Yeah.
axe and he's like, one time I was actually stranded in the wilderness after a plane crash and all I had to survive was this axe. Nobody's with me on that. Hatchet. Hello, Hatchet.
Hatchet.
We all not have to read
Hey.
Hatchet.
No.
Hello, I haven't read Brian's Winter. Okay, lost
No,
everyone.
this is the thing. You'll hear a guy who's like, I'm so prepared now for the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, every time.
Oh
we
my
do
god!
it.
Of course.
The asshole that will name the group the Axholes or some kind of
No, wait, so a zombie
Benedict
apocalypse guy?
Cumberhatch.
See, this is a common myth by zombie apocalypse people. They don't it's not going to start raining axes just because of zombies.
No,
are here.
also throwing an axe at a zombie, what a waste of your axe, because then you throw
True.
it and you hit them. If
Yes.
it doesn't hit them in the brain, you're now with no weapon.
Keep
you just
it
threw
short
it.
range attacks on the zombies with the axe.
Yes.
Do you guys remember this scene from one of the Screams where he throws an axe at somebody and then it just hits the wooden part hits the person in the head?
Yeah. Because that's actually how physics works. Yeah, that's
Interesting.
also the
but
thing.
does a guy die, or like does it get lodged in his head, or is it just the wood
He
donks
just
him?
he's knocked out, but he isn't dead.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like that's
David
the thing
Arquette's
is
alive.
everyone tries to throw the axe as hard as they can, and it over rotates,
Oh, yeah.
and then it hits the handle.
Oh.
It sucks.
All right, well, I think we're running out of steam on that. Your workplace sucks. Just kidding.
I said
go.
Butterdick Cumberhatch.
Should we?
Wait, he's the
That was
asshole.
one of the names.
I was one of the things I said, and then no one laughed. It was such a good thing, and it hurt my feelings so bad.
No.
I was like, they're like, ask me a question, and then I was like, I'm Butterdick Cumberhatch, and you just were all like, blah, 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 blah.
No, you guys should go. It's a lot of fun. Go see Lucas.
Don't come. Come
don't
see me do comedy.
Come see Lucas do comedy. There we
Yeah.
go. Or hit him with an axe, as they're equal to me. AITA for taking care of my dad financially against my wife's wishes.
Oh, God.
You guys into this or what?
This is going to be brutal.
I'm M35, male 35, Ronnie. That's what the M means.
Got
and
it.
My wife is F28. We've been married.
Bingo.
We've been married. Please don't say bingo.
God damn, man.
Please don't say bingo
Is-
during this submission.
Is Ronnie the asshole? Yes. We can all
Jesus.
agree about
Bingo.
this.
What a weird game of bingo.
Yeah, I
Got you
don't.
your final letter with wife, female
It's hot because I'm a
28.
pig.
Yeah, that's weird, Ronnie. You're a weird, sick boy. I'm M35. My wife is F28. We've been married for 3 years now. My dad is 65 and retired now with a small but decent pension. My mom passed away when I was 10, and my dad never remarried and never had another relationship, to my knowledge. He raised me and my sister by himself and worked 3 jobs for over 10 years to support my sister and I through university. My dad is the hardest working person I've ever known and heard of. That's a little bold. He is my inspiration and my hero. He was born in a tin hut. Okay. I shouldn't be
What a
laughing.
left turn.
That really took me by surprise. He was born in a tin hut in rural Bangladesh and came to Canada with nothing and worked tirelessly every day to help himself out. I am very successful and I've been taking care of my dad since I graduated uni, and I provided him with about $1,000 a month, and my sister, who's a social worker, gives him about $300. His house is paid off, and I paid for a full renovation to his place this year, which my wife wasn't too happy about, but his place needed major work. My wife came to me last week and suggested I stop giving my dad $1,000 a month, as he now gets a small pension from work and an old age pension from the government, and he basically has no bills except for minimal utilities, food, gas on a Benz I bought him for his 65th birthday, and personal stuff. I told her that I want him to chill now that he's older and worked hard his whole life, and the extra $1,000 I give him helps him eat at a better restaurant, get a nicer suit, go on holidays, etc. He also started seeing a woman who's in her 40s. No bingo there, Ronnie.
Yeah,
No bingo
you
there. I think that's a
asshole.
big bingo. Are you kidding me? I can't wait to be 65 seeing a 40.
F40.
That's so weird because a 25-year gap at that age, it's like weird. But a 25-year gap at like, oh, I'm 40 and she's 15. What are you guys upset about?
What?
I'm sorry. Bingo. Who's in her 40s and they're pretty happy, so I'm extremely happy for my dad. The money helps with dates and stuff like that and gives him a better standard of living. My wife just basically put her foot down and told me that we need to save more, but we don't. I pulled in $500K last year. She made around $110K, and we are doing very well and have no kids, and I own our condo we live in outright. She basically called me an asshole for guilting her into giving money to my dad and said he's a grown man and can figure things out for himself. AITA.
No.
Oh,
Not
my
at all.
God.
I mean, this is
You
insanity.
make so
Yes.
much money.
These numbers are crazy.
This
Like,
is the thing. My brain the whole time was like, he makes a lot of money. He makes $50,000, right? That's what I thought the whole time until he said 500,000. Like, it's like, oh, that's a huge difference.
yeah. So wait, to use someone who makes $50,000 makes a lot of money? I'm just going to leave that linger. Okay.
Come see me live, guys. I really need to make more than
Please
don't.
At
$50,000.
the Hatchet place.
The thing about Lucas is, though, he's really good at being poor. Like Lucas, and he'll brag about it, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what's one of the poor things? Like one of your poor hacks? Like, can we tell them about the Medicaid thing?
Oh, well, I'm on Medicaid.
Aren't
That's not
you?
even poor. That's just everyone who's poor
No,
should be doing
but isn't
this.
there a
It's not
certain-
really a hack.
No, isn't there? No, I don't mean like, whoa, you have insurance? Whoa, no, but isn't there a thing you do? Certain things that you get from the government for free?
No.
Anyway, Lucas is a criminal, but I can't out him.
Yeah.
You don't have any poor tips for anybody?
Oh, I definitely have some poor tips. Soup kitchens, really great
You
place.
just go to a soup kitchen.
Yeah, they have good food and they give you free bread afterward.
That's nice.
Like a loaf.
Jesus.
That's why. That's why.
you're doing no carbs.
That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, I
thank
thought
you.
you were keto. That's the morally objectionable part to Ronnie. He's like, oh, who gives a shit that he's stealing from the homeless? Yeah, I mean, there's just a point when this guy's making $500K and his wife is on his ass about literally.
She's also making
less-
$110K.
Yeah, absolutely. They have shit tons of money. I mean, this is a lot of money by anyone saying, I don't care where you live. This is a lot of money.
It's not that much for me, but go on.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're a billionaire son like Ronnie. What a fall from grace, by the way, that you now work in a doggy daycare and your dad has $1 billion. Wow, you know?
Hey, well, I'm
Maybe
making
just
it on my
forgive
own.
him. Maybe just forgive him. Whatever. What do I know?
Well, I think it's also even with Benz. He's like, I think there's something weird about just like making your dad like live this lifestyle that like.
So the Benz is a
doesn't
birthday
need-
gift. I mean, what? He can't have nice things? I mean, this guy even says it. Look, there's also a thing of like, this guy's from Bangladesh, right? So he left a like impoverished country to give his kid a better life, and now his kid has a better life. I mean, that's great.
Beautiful. He was born in a tin hut.
Exactly.
And now he's
Can
in a
we
Benz
pause
with a
on
girlfriend
that?
that's way out of his league.
A tin
Or out of his
hut.
age.
I don't even know what tin is. What is that, like metal?
I think it probably gets very hot in the summer.
Probably hot.
In a
yeah.
tin hut? Let me tell you what it gets in a tin hut. Whatever it is outside, that's what it gets in a tin hut. That's shit. I think this guy is a good son, and he was recognizing the fact that had his dad not, fucking worked his ass off so that his son could go to college, etc., have a stable household in Canada, he wouldn't have been able to make $500,000 a year.
Who is this woman?
What is this? What is 10 grand? That's like what?
Look.
Literally 2%. That is 2% of his
She's
gross
20.
earnings.
She's 28 years old and makes 110.
Yeah, my question is about this 40
But
year old.
you guys are poor. You guys are stuck on. That's not that crazy. To be 28 making six figures? I mean, it depends what she does, but it's not that wild.
If it's anywhere other than New York City, that's huge.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, these are New York City numbers or San Francisco. There's no way. There's no way this person's like, we live in, Kansas City.
Well, they're in Canada.
Yeah, well, they're in
That's
Canada
a
and they live in
lot of
Toronto.
They make a lot of money.
Yeah, they're in Toronto. Well, the Canadian dollar goes less far, so it's almost like they're poor, making $400,000.
He paid a full renovation to his house, that's a lot.
He's got him a lot.
Well, a full renovation to the house maybe costs
A Benz?
$50,000.
Yeah.
He makes $500 a year.
Yeah, but I mean, look, she wants to start a family. I mean, 35, 28, come on. They're like, what about investing in the home instead of like, your father's
Yeah,
home?
especially if you're just like, I want my dad to have a good lifestyle. Ew, gross. Who cares about your dad?
I mean, I'm much
I don't
more
really, like-
on board if
I
she
don't
was like, getting the Bentley was excessive. I'd be like, all right, yeah, that is excessive. He doesn't need a Bentley.
Plus, he's 65 years old. They're in Canada, free healthcare. He's going to be alive for a long time. Is he just going to be spending all the money, giving it to his father?
No, he's giving all that money to his 40-year-old girlfriend.
What? Oh.
That's gross. That's the gross
I
thing.
hadn't thought of that.
That's what's so gross
Yeah.
about it is that you're like, I'm basically giving you $1,000 so you can give it to your girlfriend. So you can go and take her out
Well,
on
I mean,
fancy
that's
dates.
not what he says. He says the money helps with dates and stuff like that and gives him a better standard of living.
I feel like he's holding back. I feel like the wife probably has more reason because there's one sentence for her reason is that we need to save more, but we don't. And that's like all of her side that we see. I feel like there's got to be something else going on.
Yeah, to me, that 40-year-old difference, that 25-year difference, and then being all like, you're also just like, your dad has exorbitant spending. He doesn't have to go out to a fancy restaurant you know what I mean? Like,
well,
guess what? Good restaurants are sometimes cheap.
Sarah L agrees with you, Andy. He said NTA, but you should find out what beef your wife really has with your dad.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's like there's so much more going on that it's weird.
He's not giving her story enough, like, because clearly this isn't just about saving, because it's such a trivial amount of their income.
Yeah,
We
and
know
also,
s-
but giving your dad a Benz is weird
That's a
too.
lot.
Like if I give my mom a Benz,
Oh, is it a Benz or a Bentley? What's a Bentley? Is that a motorcycle?
no, a Benz is like
a Mercedes Benz.
Mercedes-Benz.
it's like probably $100,000.
It's also a great album by Radiohead.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Damn it,
That was
Ronnie.
awesome.
Where's the eject button? I'm like an evil podcast host who ejects people. Sarah W says definitely NTA, but it sounds like you may need to see a divorce lawyer. Why do people always have to do this? Like, why, Sarah? Why does this have to go to a nuclear situation? No, it doesn't. Talk to your wife. Figure out what's wrong with her. This doesn't have to end your goddamn marriage.
Also, you make so much money, she's gonna take half of that.
Genesee writes, NTA, I usually always side with the wife as I am a wife. Okay, deep. But yours sound like a greedy snatch. Jesus.
Whoa, Jen.
that caught me off
Greedy
guard.
snatch? Damn.
I just picture a vagina with a little arm coming out of it, like grabbing piles of money.
money.
Nah.
Weird. Well, she goes on, I must add that if this is motivated by her being treated poorly by her father, that needs to be addressed. Trying to figure out why she'd have an issue, and that could be it. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously more going on here unless this woman, I mean, look, some people are like that. Some people are like squirrels, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter how much money they make, they're just not going to spend on certain things, or they find certain things excessive, you know? Like there's people who eat at Chipotle even though they make six figures, you know? Or
Guilty.
McDonald's. Guilty? Yeah.
Boom.
Everybody glass door doggy daycare and see what the salary is on that. You know what's going to come up? Nothing. Because doggy daycares aren't even on fucking Glassdoor. Because
I don't even know what Glassdoor is.
it's a site for checking salaries and shit.
Yikes.
Anyway, I think we all agree AITA for taking care of my dad financially against my wife's wishes. I'm actually ready to say info. I don't feel like OP has told enough of the story. I don't believe this woman is a quote-unquote greedy snatch. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to say info.
I'm going to say his girlfriend is.
You're ready to say the girlfriend is the asshole?
The girl, yeah, the 40-year-old girlfriend who's with this guy.
Oh, you're calling the 40-year-old. So you're saying NTA and then that person is?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
I vote info. I think there's more. There's so much info about the dad. Like we know where he was
Yeah.
born.
Yeah.
He was born in a tin hut, and we don't know anything about the wife that this guy married.
We know the building materials of his birth home, but nothing about her.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Ronnie?
I think info. Yeah, I'm going to vote for info.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap up here. We kind of did a career-specific or job-specific thing with Lucas. So now we're going to do it with Ronnie and see how we do here. This is a new segment called Asshole Dogs. Just assholes. So I guess it's like assholes that are dogs. So, yeah, go for it, everybody.
Let's see. Asshole. Here's the asshole dog who will come up very politely to a dog, you know, just to greet him and
Sure.
then just go after him.
Oh,
you
it's
know?
like a little fake out.
Oh
I've
my
seen that
God! There's so
move.
many bully dogs, but there also is the fake out, especially where you just like they're wagging the tail, and suddenly you got a bloody dog on your hands.
Oh,
Oh, I actually imagined
God.
it the other way around. Someone's like, "Can I pet your dog?" And then they start strangling the dog.
Yeah, that's why Lucas never comes over anymore.
Yeah. Okay, I got one. When one of my dogs was really sick and dying, this is a dying Boston Terrier.
What
and
an
then
asshole.
My other dog, Patches, would bite her and shit. What's up with that, Ronnie? That's the thing. Dogs do
Laws of the jungle, dude. You see the weak, you just gotta fucking attack it, just like this podcast. You're a little bitch.
Oh my God.
See, I had you.
I'm on his team. I'm on Ronnie's side.
Whoa.
You're a greedy snatch.
Hey.
Piss on him.
Hey. My snatch keeps its little arm inside. It doesn't need to grab nothing.
What about the dogs that discriminate by gender? Like some dogs
sexist dog.
Yeah, sexist dogs.
Yeah, the bed bugs of the dog breed.
Can I just say, though, the sexist dogs, and Ronnie, I know you know more dogs than I do, but I feel like the sexist dogs always hate men. They say,
That's true.
he only likes women. It's a little weird. It's actually, you know what, though? I see a little machismo in that. You know, it's kind of like, oh, he only wants to fuck. You know what I mean? There's something like that with that dog.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
I like the racist dog for no reason.
Yeah, they're dogs that only bark at certain ethnicities.
Yes.
Has that happened to you, Ronnie? You got a dog that doesn't like white people?
I don't know.
I think it's always
No,
the
I
other
don't
way
think
around.
so. Yeah, it's not usually that way.
Have you had a sexist dog?
A sexist dog? None of the dogs don't like me specifically because I'm a man. just for my attitude.
What percent of your dogs like kind of don't like you?
Oh, there's like some, you know, it's just usually the terriers.
Really? Kind of sounds like you're racist, Ronnie.
I'm just saying, in my experience, they're cheap.
The people who own terriers don't tip you the most when you're doing during Christmas.
Terriers, they're on the spectrum of dogs. They're just kind of like you don't really have like as many emotions. They don't really care about you as a person. So
interesting.
they're just sort of like they're on their own, thing.
What about those ones that have dreadlocks?
What?
They have dreadlocks. They look like a mop.
Oh, okay. I'm not comfortable going anywhere with this. You fucking idiot.
The white ones with dreadlocks, that's cultural appropriation.
There we go. Woo. What
So
about
close.
those fucking dogs, the Jack Russell Terriers? They jump so high that they scratch the top of your door. What is that?
Too tall.
Too tall. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the dog in the mask.
The Greyhound?
What?
The Greyhound?
It's not a
The
greyhound.
dog in the mask? What is
The
that?
mask.
Oh, the movie The Mask.
Yeah.
No, that's a Greyhound.
It is not a greyhound.
No, Lucas, you don't know a dog
Jack
from
Russell.
a hole in your ass. You fucking...
Speaking of which, he's got a great hole in the ass.
Oh yeah, Lucas, why don't you
yeah.
tell him about the hole you had in your ass?
I had a hemorrhoidectomy. I don't know if there's much going on
Lucas
in there.
had a hemorrhoid removed, and it was just funny because for a while we would just text Lucas like, "Hey man, how's your asshole?"
Well, I was walking like a really funny.
like a duck.
Yeah.
Does your asshole
Now?
ever say, "Am I the asshole"?
Oh god,
Nice.
Jesus
Honey, you gotta
Christ.
stop hanging out with dogs, bro.
God
you need
damn.
you need to get off the dog floor, bro. You need to be on a human floor at least.
God, you
an
need to get
hour a day, bro.
Whew, God, you need to get a podcast or something to realize
He's gonna
what.
have a podcast with the dogs. Just running a bunch of dogs.
Gonna play cards.
Let's call it Rough Crowd.
Oh God,
Nice.
Lucas, I hate you. All right, guys, I think that's enough. Thanks for tuning into this weird episode. We love you all. We'll see you
Bye.
next Monday morning. And Sarah said I could do this, and so she's not gone or anything. She's just like, go ahead and do whatever you want. So this is what I want.
I don't like that impression.
I hate you. All right, bye everybody.